Yesterday I had plenty of problems with the live stream. This card, the U Mobile, has been throttled way back to like 500 kilobytes a second. So the buffering, one of the reasons I was having problems yesterday is probably because I was trying to use the U Mobile too. Um, but then I switched over to the one I just topped up before leaving. The one I just topped up before. Let me get rid of that echo. So I'm running the chat room in this so I don't overlook it. Like I said, if I overlooked any of your guys' chats yesterday, I apologize. They only stay on the screen. What's up, Ali? And I saw you, Doug, in the chat room. Good morning, everyone. Anyway, if I overlooked any of your chats, sorry. Repost it in the comments, and I read all comments. Well, I'm still able to. I'm pretty sure at one point I'm going to have to get a few blue wrenches here to help me out read comments and everything else. Not really moderate because, I mean, unless you're an obvious troll, like a troll, it's funny. You know when you're a troll, though. I used to be a troll. When I used to drink in the earlier days of the internet, when it's funny. Okay, in the early days of the internet, let me give you how fast we progressed. So when I was around 24, something like that, years old, I was working in Vegas. I just started really working in Vegas, and when you're that young, you deal cards, you deal dice, you get off work, hit the bar with all the other dealers because the bartender knows your dealers and everybody works on tip basis. Everybody's getting paid minimum wage. So you want the job that pays the best in the tips. So like Hard Rock, you could get easily $200-300 a day in just the tips. Hard Rock itself is only paying you minimum wage, which that amount, that's nearly nothing. Um, uh, in the 1990s. Oh, Flea, you go back to the 1990s, huh? Yeah. So back then, like instead of like before chats and stuff, there was like what was called bulletin boards, right? So if you were like a troll, you had to be a patient troll. You know what I'm saying? You could spam the like on our card counting boards. Okay, when I think I mentioned it in the past, I met two card counting brothers, and I got into card counting myself, and we used to practice and stuff like that. They were using a Ken Houston complicated. I think his was like 5 level count or something like that. I was using uh, I was using a 2 level count with side count spaces and stuff like that. But um, yeah, back then we all met, like all the card counters met on the card counting bulletin boards, basically. Same thing that Reddit is. Reddit's still around, right? And that's how all of them were. So yeah, so if you wanted to spam something, you had to be really patient because you're like post. But people did it, People get on the card counting boards, and it was a. Let's see. Today I'll try not miss any comments. That's why I got this as up and running. No, I didn't shave my eyebrows. Look, I still got my eyebrows. I saw you and Tom talking about that. I just shaved my head and my face. I prefer to have a beard, but it seems like I start getting like I don't know, like really flaky. Uh, anyway, if I expose it to the sun, I don't get all flaky, itchy, flaky type things. Um, so I do it for health reasons. But if you've watched my videos long enough, that's why I only basically had a mustache, and everybody's like, "You look like Walter White," off of Breaking Bad. And it was just because if I went to like in Morocco or something, I get my hair shaved for really cheap. I would have all that what is it, eczema or whatever on the head, and that's just fucking gross. I mean, excuse my language. Sorry, guys. Hope there's no virgin airs here. Um, yeah, and it's embarrassing. You go to the doctors and they're shaving your head, and you just got that. So I decided to pick up clippers and just keep it exposed to the sun because there's no cure for it. Yeah, dermatitis, eczema, it's the same things, but the only thing you can actually do is just expose the area that's they say it's an immune problem, like immune deficiency a problem. I don't know how immune deficiency problem would actually affect your skin, but people that have it, there's no real cause. Lotions don't work and stuff, oils don't work. All you can do is keep it exposed to the sun at all times, and that gets, well, it doesn't get rid of it, but keeps it at bay. So I keep all my stuff shaved and my skin exposed and stuff like that, just so I don't have that problem. So now you know the true gross fact about me, why I shave my head, and same reasons for the beard. And yeah, I don't need the eyebrows though. I still got my eyebrows. I did do my pits though. You're right about that. I don't know why I did my pits. I saw the hair there and I was like, yeah, why not? So I didn't do it, but that was it. Just head, face, pits. The eyebrows, no, they're still there. Uh, the NNTP flea. I remember the NNTP news group in the 1990s. Brutal. I remember. I remember different bulletin boards. I don't remember the NNTP. BBS. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. BBS. Bulletin board systems. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see. You're giving initiation initials for something. You're in PD. Paste. Sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading some comments. Okay. Doug's Port Dixon, guys. So if you want to know where Doug's at, temporary, catching up on editing, which is always a pain. I might have to come to KL to get a new passport right away. Why, well, I guess I could ask, you need to get a new passport? Your, oh, your passport's about ready to expire, Doug? Oh, that would be fun. I wouldn't even know how to do that overseas. I still got a few years on mine. So, yeah, so today's thing is I reduced a lot of weight last night. The guy, George, was a big inspiration to me. He's doing the whole touring the world on a cheap bicycle. His bicycle's only like 250 he got it for, but he's different. He's like ultralight. He's only got like one of those little small backpacks that you carry your gym shoes in with the strings, and that's all he carries. And he's gone a distance, man. He's already gone through all of. I was gonna interview him, but I forgot. It was just he ended up leaving the morning after and didn't get to do my interview that night by accident, and because I was too busy editing and stuff. But he was really interesting. That was the guy I went to Singapore with, just to follow along so I could get my. Well, I didn't get a stamp, but you know what I'm saying. Get my extra 90 days again. So he was an inspiration, but the fact is I realized I can't do that because if I want to camp, which I camp for budget reasons and stuff, and also just to camp, you know, that's just part of the traveling. I have to carry my hammock and my sleepwear, right? And then on top of that, if I want to, I mean, I can just always pack in food, so I don't really need a cook set. I don't need any of that stuff. I can just eat cold food. I don't even need my cold soaker really. I can use my hands. but but then if I want to film everything, I also have to have my camera there, and if to keep that, I need the power banks, you know. And so it builds up because of what I'm choosing to do and what he's choosing to do is just hop on a bicycle and start pedaling. So all he needs is a change of clothing, and that's it. He doesn't carry tools. He doesn't carry nothing. You know, it's like, and he's gone a long distance, so he's proved that you can do. He's proved it like above me. He not only is he doing the cheap bicycle, he's doing the cheap bicycle no gear, you know, and that's awesome. That's something anybody can do. Just walk out the door, get on the bicycle, and don't look back, you know. Just keep pedaling and pedaling. And he's just staying in the cheap accommodation areas. Yes. Service provider service. Okay. So NNTP news groups are a part of the Internet Service Provider Services. Okay. That's clear as mud. Okay, the pages are filled are filling up. Still has about 5 years left. Oh, you have 5 years left, but you run out of pages. I was wondering what happens when you run out of pages, because I guess you have to get the full new visa after no more pages. You can't just get an extra. They can't just staple on pages, I'm assuming. Okay. Man, you must do a lot. Doug's just basically saying it's not that uh, his visa is running out. He still has 5 years on it, but he's running out of the pages to stamp. So that's a lot of traveling. That's a lot of traveling, Doug. That's awesome. Uh, Embassy. I got all the new. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking. His life has stable video, but audio is clipping on and off. So the audio is messed up, huh? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I'm covering anything. How's the audio sound with everybody else? So this is hot links. Mobile had a better connection, but they throttled me back. So right now I'm only at 500 kilobytes per second, which isn't enough to live stream. Well, it's actually barely enough to watch anything on YouTube. Okay, so Doug doesn't notice any audios. Uh, when was the last time, Flea, that you had your ears cleaned out? Q-tips. Q-tips might fix that problem there, Flea. Try a Q-tip. If the Q-tips don't work, I'll see if it's on my end. Okay, yeah, no, Ollie's give me a thumbs up too on there, loud and clear. Cool. So I'm not going to go like super long on this. I'm going to go like half an hour today. So I'll just give you a heads up. I still need to pack up, and I don't know how the weather is on your side of the island there, Doug, since you're on the opposite side, but right now it's starting to warm up. It looks like the weather will hold steady until about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if I camp somewhere, I got to throw up that tarp. I'll probably try and start throwing up the hex fly, and the hex is the bigger one, and pulling it all the way down to the ground. But the thing is if the wind whips up too much, it just pushes the side of the tarp right up against me, and when the rain hits, you just have this wet tarp like right up against you anyway. So hammock camping is kind of weird. I first started doing the hammock camping in Japan. So like I said, I don't think I fully finished that story yesterday. I start a story and then I go chasing a squirrel down a different road. But the Komodo Kodo thing has it's a website that's run by the government, right? And what you do is it's something they offer for free, and it's pretty awesome because they know there's a language barrier difference between the little small towns that you're going to go through and the places that you're going to stay, because you're going to be staying in basically a real guest house. I mean, you have the house to yourself type thing. The host comes in and usually cooks you dinner and stuff like this, and that's all part of it, right? And then in the morning, it comes in and gives you a breakfast with a bento to go, like a packed up lunch, right? This is all part of it. One, that makes it a little more expensive, but everything has to be pre-planned out because they only have like one guest house, It's not like they have several rooms and stuff like that. And there's a language barrier there. They don't necessarily all know English because it's smaller little towns, little like villages and stuff that you're passing through. And it's only a few days anyway. It's like 70 kilometers. So you just only have to really figure out 3-4 locations that you're going to stay for the night, depending on how fast you do it. And so you just basically tell each day where you want to end up, right? And you set up the package deal with the on the website with the government, the little government ran one, and they call around and try and get a reservation for you. And if they can't at one spot because it's sold out, they get back to you and say, hey, we got this and this for you, but we didn't get this and this. And they're doing this all free of service. It's just to help promote the tourism. And so this is so when people are on that trail, they've planned like 3 months ahead and stuff like this. and I don't even plan one day ahead most of the time. You know, and that's just honest. I kind of look at Google Maps and go, well, I'm going north. I know that's pretty well. I know north, east, south, and west. Those are my four choices every day. But outside of that, yeah, I don't. I don't. It's just how far does the wind blow me today? So yeah, so getting there, I wasn't sure what to do. Japan's like four times more expensive than REI. You know, REI is already expensive. If you're from the States, you know what I'm talking about. Um, so getting to Japan, I'm like, what is everything like glamping? Like it's not something the poor people do. Like in the United States, camping and hiking can be expensive, but it really started with the people that just couldn't afford to go to the movies, right? And that's honest. It's like you can't afford to take your kids to the movies, so I can take them out camping. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, Hidden Hammocks here. What's up, brother? I saw your new video. I threw it in I threw Doug's new video, which was about 15 hours ago, and I just noticed it right now, and your new video up in my post and stuff. Little extra advertisement. Um, but yeah, so I was just talking about where I got my hammock. So when I went into one of the smaller retail like camping spots, because if you look at my backpack, that's Montbell. Montbell, it's like a $200 backpack or $300 backpack. Luckily, I got that at a spot called Hard Off. Hard Off is like the used place, you know, with all, and I got it for like, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks. So, anyway, so yeah, Montbell has just like, if you want to get a walking stick, which you know a walking stick is about $20, there it's 60 bucks. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, $60 for a walking stick. But, so I went into the smaller camping spot and they had the Hennessy hammock. And I'm always doing a camping. I usually camp in tents and stuff like that. But, you know, watching a few people like from stealth camping and stuff, hammocks are pretty popular. David Canterbury was, you know, everybody that's in like to bushcrafting and stuff goes through a camping. There's two difference. There's the tent camper and the hammock camper. And a lot of people there for, they kind of, right now at least, there's a shift more towards hammock camping. It could always go right back to, you know, tent camping. But, so yeah, I saw the Hennessy hammock and it was a regular price. Actually, it was less because anything over 50,000 yen is tax free. So Hennessy hammock, when you order it, it's going to be $200, and then it's going to be 200, about 250 after like shipping and handling and getting it back and stuff like that in the States. And it was basically $200 tax free in Japan. You know, so it was like, oh well, you don't have to pay the taxes and you don't have to pay the shipping and handling. You're getting it for less. So I'm not sure if Hennessy hammock actually puts a like a price cap on it. So because some companies can do that, they can say, hey, don't sell our products for more than what we're telling you to sell it for. They don't always like that. Like Arizona iced tea, put it on the can real big, 99 cents, right? Used to piss off the others, like the smaller mom and pop stores, because they're like, well, you don't make any money off the Arizona iced tea. Well, yeah, but you're getting business coming in your store because they're coming in for the Arizona iced tea and they're picking up a bag of chips, which you do make money off of. So, yeah, so I know. So there's a good possibility that Hennessy Hammock put a price cap on it, you know, told them not to sell it. So I picked it up there. And every day I'd walk up to the top of the mountain, down a mountain, up another mountain, down, and then up. And towards the evening, I would stay up on top of one of the mountains because everybody lived down in the valleys. And not on the very top because of wind issues, but just a little bit. You take about a third down. I think most people say a quarter to a third down. I didn't go that far down, but I went down just enough to try and have the mountain at least block me from one side, the wind, and set up my hammock. And in the morning, I'd hike down and get any food that I needed. So I didn't carry around a cooking set and all that, you know, because you don't need that. You go down and you pick up some vegetables and stuff like that, and eat whatever food you got down there in town in the morning. And yeah, they actually have something cool. So sorry guys. It's time to get used to hammocks. I can't lie on them on the. Okay, yeah, Doug. Yeah. So, Doug, you're talking about you can't even lay in one because of the back issue. Yeah, that's if you're a side sleeper and stuff. Hammocks or belly sleeper, you can't sleep. You have to sleep on your back. But like the DD hammock and stuff like this, and the Hennessy hammock, and even the muck hammock, they have different systems for actually lying flat. Mine is like it was called an A-frame. So what they do is they put more material on this side of the hammock and more material on this side at a diagonal. So when you're laying in it, the banana thing is going across your body kind of like this, and your feet are sticking flat and your head's sticking more flat. So that gets rid of that banana effect, which eases up on the back. But it also means you need a longer stretch on the if you since you're getting rid of the banana effect, you need a longer stretch on the tie off points because if you don't have that longer stretch, well, then you're back to the banana thing. You know what I'm saying? So, which hammocks can be pretty well tied up anywhere if you don't care about the distance, but it depends on how comfortable you want to sleep. So, yeah, a lot of people are trying to make sure that you're more or less sleeping uh, flat, and I think let's see, Hidden Hammock has a DD hammock, right? That one actually has a blow up mattress that you put on the inside, which actually makes you flat. So it's got a different look altogether. I know those were really popular in Japan because I kept seeing them in the used section, but I haven't used one personally. Actually, so Hennessy hammock is my first one. My actual, and the only way I'll get rid of the Hennessy hammock is if I go the Amok. That's kind of tempting, but it looks like it has a larger footprint because it's strapped to the side and you're laying this way. You know what I'm saying? Um, so not only do you have to worry about the distance, clearance distance this way, you have to worry about the clearance distance this way. So it has a larger footprint. And anybody that says I thought hammocks would be easier because the ground on the mountains and stuff are not, it's not flat. And I was like, well, I just need two trees. Well, you kind of need the ground to be flat anyway. Josh knows what I'm talking about because I just was watching one of his videos when he was on the inside of a billboard, not behind a billboard, but on the inside. There's nothing down below, so he kept dropping his power bank and stuff like this down, and he's like, "Oh no, I just dropped something again." Well, you have to worry about that. If you don't have like a flat ground below you, you're going to be dropping stuff down below, and so you got to be careful what you're actually putting. Just like if I drop this, can I retrieve it? And not just that, the high grass, you got animals and stuff, snakes, and so anybody that says it's easier for a hammock is lying to you. It's easier with a tent, really it is. You just need a 5x5, or not 5x5, a little bit larger than that, just flat, kind of semi-flat. It could even be at an angle. um, Offended. Hope you're not offended I called you, brother. I didn't receive it. Wait, who are you talking to? Maybe it's oh, sorry, Adventure Nomad. It says, "Hey brother, I hope you're not offended that I called you, brother." You mean are you talking to me? If you called me, I don't think I got it. I don't actually would know how you got the phone number either, but that's okay. It's not like just make sure I'm not overlooking any of the comments there. So yeah, actually, so I've enjoyed the actual Hennessy hammock. Um, you get used to it, and it grows on you. Uh, and for the like my body heat being sucked out from underneath me, their 4 season one just basically has another what do you call like it's another layer underneath it that you shove I'm blanking on the name. It's an under not tarp. Anyway, someone will correct me. It's basically so you don't lose your body heat through the bottom of the hammock. Sorry guys, it's too early in the morning. I'm blanking on the name. Under quilt. Yeah, it's so you can put an under. Hennessy Hammock sells this like silver, like with the blankets, the emergency blankets they're made out of. I found the exact same thing. It's down at the dollar store at the not dollar store, the Mister DIY. It's a full size like truck without the little part that's cut out. Um, but it's made out of the same bubble wrap with the silver lining on it for like $1.25 instead of $50. So I just use that, and it works out great, especially if I'm ground camping. And yeah, Independence Day are coming on upon August 31st. I thought it was August 28th. I thought Independence Day was August 28th. I thought I'll Google it in. Doug said, by the way, Malaysian Independence Day celebration coming up on August 31st. You probably know already. Yeah, that's what I'm rocking the flag for. Yeah, I got my Malaysian flag off my back of my bicycle, so I'm supporting that. Another big celebration, Malaysia, 16th September 2025, Malaysian Day. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Malaysia has their Independence Day coming up on, I guess, the 31st. For some reason, I was thinking 28th, but I stand corrected here. All right, guys. Like I said, I just kind of jumped on real quick. I wanted to tell you guys I am hitting the road again. Um, and even though it's a little warm, it's not going to rain. Well, not till tomorrow morning. Maybe, maybe not. Um, like I said, it's bipolar weather. Like the rain that has been hitting, it hits real quick, real hard or something, and then eases up. So it's like one of those things just to get you wet enough to, but no hyperthermia because it's warm as hell out. So that's good. All right, guys. So I did basically a half an hour this morning. I'll go ahead and leave it at that. The town I'm going to be going to is, well, let's see. Let me pull up maps real quick. That one's the really close one. I think it was, let's see. No, that's not the one. $58. Oh, there it is. So the one I'm actually shooting for is what is it? It's I don't know how to pronounce that. Indua, Endau. There's one spot that has like a spot with Wi-Fi. That's about $13 for the night, and it's only 33 kilometers away. But then it's a long stretch after that, and I got like 3 videos I need to upload. So, and also I need to top up my U-Mobile app card. So I'm going to be running and doing that, guys. And even though it's only 33 kilometers, it might be my last stop to actually be able to upload the videos, catch up everything, and move on. So, all right, guys. I'm going to check the comments real quick. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off, guys, and hit the road and all that fun stuff. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.